Cosmic Rising. This is a galactic guidance video. We are translating the Waxing Crescent phase, which is in Taurus, and I pre-pulled some cards from earlier. We're experiencing an awakening, and it's really awakening to new beginnings, awakening to not only receiving and understanding we have higher potential within our reality, but actually allowing that potential to exist. There is a sense of changing our boundaries. There are certain boundaries we were upholding that were holding on to that potential and not actually allowing that potential to turn into opportunities. So we are really shifting our perspective, and there is a sense of being on the edge of something absolutely amazing, but there's also maybe a sense of anxiety because we don't know what that amazing first step forward is going to look like until we actually take that step forward. So let's check out, what are we preparing with taking this step forward, since we don't have the initial ability to see what it looks like. Transmutation. So we're getting Phoenix. Actually, there's a multiple card. So it's really showing this transition of being in a dormant stage of our potential, and now we are awakening that potential, and there is a sense of coming out of this new egg. There is a sense of coming out into this new realm, but we are at that infancy stage. Earth Spirit is coming in and saying that even if you are feeling like you are in this infancy stage, that this is a more grounded way of being. And Stag Spirit is coming on in saying that once you fully embrace and do something different, it's going to transmute feeling like you are just beginning in something and not only mastering it, but leading it. Wow. Let's get some more information about this transmutation and maybe what is missing. Ooh, there may be a sense of refusing this transmutation. There can be a sense of concern of starting over again. There can be a bit of an intimidation of why would I want to start over if I'm on the top league of my game. And it's really stating, oh, Spirit is showing me how they're giving me the metaphor of, okay, you're at the top league of your college game, but now you're going to national league. So it's almost saying like yes, you are the best in what you were doing in the previous awakening, but you're awakening into a whole new mastery. Same skill sets, but refined. The living mountain. I love this because it's also displaying that you are stabilizing your awakening, your abilities. You're stabilizing your perspective. You're stabilizing whatever it is that you're doing new. It's being added to your stability. It's not going to shift your stability. So you refusing it is not doing something different out of fear of becoming unstable, and that's not going to happen. And it's showing you that you have reached the peak of your previous spiritual mountain per se, but the mountain keeps growing. And you almost find yourself at the bottom of this new mountain without realizing, no, it's just a different area of the mountain you've been on this entire time. obstacle. Find another road, flexibility, and change. You could be seeing this new mountain as an obstacle. This also makes sense because we're planning during this installation on how to revise for the first quarter that is coming up this weekend. And it does require change. So like I said, we're on the same mountain, but it's time for you to take a new path because the mountain is growing. The trees are awakening and blossoming, and there are some places that are overgrown, and you get to choose. You get to decide to make a new path, to follow a new path to the top. That's a beautiful perspective change. Now let's see more about this stability, because it really seems to be what you are needing the most support with. Preparations come to fruition. Netcaster. Okay, so they're giving me even a visualization that there is a new path you're taking, and it's okay to go off and experience the emotions. And while you're experiencing these emotions of being on the same mountain but taking a new path, it's time to prepare yourself for catching something completely different. And it's almost like you've been, whatever techniques, whatever your niche is in, it's like you're going to be utilizing the same strategy, but when you cast your net, when you do that same strategy, you're going to receive something completely different. And I feel as though it's going to provide you a bit of hope. It's going to provide you a sense of, okay, you know what? This isn't completely shaking up my life. The setting sun sings the song of unmaking. So there's this sense of you have to create something. You have to create something for you to move forward. There's a sense of you identifying so much with that, with the challenge, that it's entering you're structuring your life as the challenge, when in actuality it's the challenge is only coming from avoiding the experience. So there's a sense of addressing burdens. There's a sense of addressing it and not allowing those burdens, those challenges to prevent you from casting your net, prevent you from doing what you are amazing with. There's this sense of movement, teamwork, partnership, dancing with stones. Stability. It's really saying, one, it's time to move around. There's this strange sense of doing the same things over and over. And you're going to, I can sense it and feel it. You're going to do something that you have done in the past that you love. And you're going to get different results, and that's going to trigger a new way of doing what you love. And now with those results, it's actually going to invite new people, new places, new spaces. They're also saying to, if you work with crystals, begin having them around you, begin acquiring them and allowing them to empower you. I really love that. Allowing them to empower you, because that is also a partnership that's going to bring you to not only mastering this new reality, but being a leader within it. We're getting obstacles again. There is a sense of, I don't know how else better to say this, but you being your own wall. Unmarked trail. So the obstacle here, they're being very clear, is you're attempting this new part of the mountain. You're attempting to walk on it as if it is the same map of whatever part that you mastered, and it's not. And the way that you overcome this obstacle is by creating a completely new trail. And that is how you are going to be leading in this new aspect. And I'm also seeing that you're very protected in this new venture. Incredibly protected. This is the infinite web. This is actually planned in your destiny to go this route, even though your soul has never gone here. I can almost see it like this is an extra level of your game in the land of the vanished. So there is a sense of feeling barren. There is a sense of entering that new path and feeling empty. And it's less of an emptiness and more of you are the first one to enter energetically and physically this path. And know that your multidimensional self is all around you. There are many versions of yourself that in their own timeline have created and walked upon a path similar. But now you are the one that is gathering all of these dimensional beings to walk this path together. That is what is so special about this journey. And it's the perfect time to do so. Doors are opening, opportunities. The gateway is open. I feel as though whatever you are seeking, whatever support you're needing, it's multidimensional higher self support. And you're going to find it on this new path. So really know that it's time to relax physically into your intentions, to take a deep breath because you are going to be installing new perspectives, and these opportunities, they're going to continue blessing you with your desires as long as you continue walking upon this new path and taking those chances and doing something different. Wow. Now, what are any other resources that we may need for this Earthseed installation? Mystic Meadow, your sanctuary, they're emphasizing how important it is to recharge in your sanctuary, that going down this new path is going to require new ways of rejuvenating yourself. It's going to require you to be clever and intelligent about how you renew yourself. And being compassionate, knowing that your sanctuary, sure, you may associate it with a physical place, but knowing and loving and having the sanctuary within yourself, working on your heart chakras, and really transforming your heart. One last message here. Clouds pass, but the mountain remains. I love this. So know that when you are leading and you are trekking on this new path, these clouds, I want to say, are mental distractions. They're almost like when you are attempting to focus on this one path, these clouds can make it unclear of where you are going. But know that it's time for you to take a chance and listen to your multidimensional higher selves and exactly where to go, and the clouds are going to dissipate. Because you won't fall off the mountain. You are the one creating this path. Wow. You are the one creating this path. And this is actually the beginning of your legacy. This is being written in your Akashic records, and this is going to ignite a large memory download of why your soul began this journey. That is beautiful. That is your Earthseed installation. Thank you so, so much. My name's Evren Ryu. I'm a galactic shamanic practitioner at Cosmic Energy and Spiritual Wellness, LLC. If you are enjoying the readings, we do have tarot and oracle readings available, as well as other services for the Earthseed meditations. And if you're connected to rainbows. You may very well be a rainbow warrior, and you are more than welcome to join in on our Rainbow Warrior Witches and Warlocks tribe that has just begun this year. I appreciate you all. Namaste, blessed.